Alright, still working on these brakes, and I just spent about 40 minutes looking around my entire garage for this one plastic bag that held part of the emergency brake system. So the little brackets are in there, nuts and bolts to help attach to the frame. But really what was important was this thing here. This attaches to the forward section of the emergency brake cable, and then the two rear cables pop into there. And I can't set that rear brake cable until I pull this one tight. So it's been around forever, and yes, I know it's a huge mess, but yeah, first time doing this. It's Christmas morning. Let's see how cold the garage is. It's a mess in here. Well, let me tell you what's going on here. So I started working on these brakes last night. Well, actually yesterday morning, and really didn't get very far. Between sneaking in and out, got the book out like every good mechanic should do. Had to adjust the parking brake line as it comes out of the rears, and it goes underneath. And let me tell you, friggin' smacked my head with that adjuster. Let me get over here. Okay, there we go. That piece that I put in the other clip I was looking for. Well, it fell as I was putting in the two rear cables, and it nailed me in the eye, of course, right on the eyebrow, and it gave me a nice little cut. Lots of blood, sweat, and tears going into this damn truck. Getting tired of having to fight every inch of it, though. So, hooked up the rear brake line there, got the cables kind of hooked up. So, that drum brake is ready to be sealed up, and I could put the tire back on that one, so stand by. So rear brakes done. Freaking hard to move, but nothing compared to that front one up here. This one here, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to put the phone down. Takes two hands for me to move it, and you can hear the brakes dragging on the drum, and I've got it backed out all the way, so I'm not sure how much more I could adjust it, so I don't know. You can hear the drag. So I'm not sure. I've got it backed out all the way. Alright, I know it's a little fuzzy in here, but I just got off the phone with a guy in Oregon, and he restores Oregon license plates. So this one is not that bad. This, I think, was on the rear of the vehicle or inside the vehicle. I can't remember. And then this one, I think, was up front, and we couldn't get it off. Anyway, there was, 50 years worth of stickers on here. So these plates are from like 1967. So anyway, I'm having them sent over to him tomorrow out in Oregon, and he's going to take a look at fixing these up for me, at least repainting them. I don't know if he can do anything about this. I mean, it's aluminum. It's got a hole in it, but I can always put something over this. But anyway, I just wanted to show you so that later on when it comes back, I'll show you what it looks like. I should have done it quick before, but I didn't. Maybe I'll throw a photo in here, just a still photo real quick of the before. But this is the where the gauge cluster, odometer, speedometer goes right in there, and then like the little warning lights go in those little round holes. So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, so here she sits. Got it on all four wheels. Brake done, but they're not 100%, obviously. So I got to put it down. That front one exactly the same as the passenger side. I made sure that everything was, perfect in there, and it's rubbing pretty hard, just like on the other side. So I'm not gonna go over there and take a video of it. There's hardly any room. Anyway, I'll put it on the floor dollies tomorrow, and I'll push it back over so I can get in and work on the master cylinder. Okay, here's my mess. I didn't take any video of this earlier. Just too cold in the garage to work on anything else right now, and I just got going on this gauge cluster, so I'm going to show a couple photos here in a second. Anyway, this is the odometer and fuel gauge and temperature gauge in the back there. The needles on these were practically white, so I repainted them that international orange color, repositioned the odometer So that's why you'll see Danny DeVito here in about 2 seconds. I did not use a drill like he did. And anyway, I just pulled the odometer dial out and moved it around. See, oil and gin, those are red plastic. So when you shine a light behind it, you can actually see through it. The green dot there and this one here are for the turn signals. And there's a red piece of plastic up in there that has been burned out that I need to replace. I've got some, it's almost like tape, but it's going to be transparent with red. And anyway, that's coming in the mail in the next couple days. You can find anything on Amazon, and I'm going to replace that little cup. But here we go. The gauge cluster looks really good. I had the panel powder coated probably about a year ago. I'll bring you back in a second.
20 years ago, we could turn the numbers back by hand. But, here, take my hat. But the feds like to test the ingenuity of the American businessman. Two-directional drill. You run it backwards, the numbers go down. Watch your speedometer.
Cool. Yeah, Daddy, you're a crook.
Okay, that's it for this installment of brake job plus, you know, instrument gauge cluster and everything. So also just an update, I did finish that swim that I was talking about in the last video. I pushed through almost 400 laps in the last 4 days, I think. Finished up this morning, and now I'm feeling hypothermic and freezing to death that it's like 18 degrees outside. But I know some of y'all got colder environments than what I got down here. I shouldn't complain, but we do. Anyway, you all take care, and Happy New Year, and I'll get back to you in a couple days with the rest of this brake job, alright? Take care, Happy New Year. Bye-bye.